Support for Inside Gaming comes from Manscaped, who is #1 in men's below-the-belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code INSIDE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code INSIDE.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Gaming for Wednesday. Hi, how are you? Hello.
Anyone? Time to hump, right?
You do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna do it, yeah!
Kids got moves.
I can hump, and I'll do it again.
So Mario Kart Tour, the mobile version of Mario Kart, is out today, but guess what? It's already got some problems.
Yeah, for starters, the early birds who logged on this morning to play were greeted with a maintenance screen. Great way to kick off the game.
Okay, but then after all that annoying wait, it was time to go to the races. That sounds like a Velociraptor.
The game starts off by giving you a brief tutorial on how to use the touch controls. Slide your finger left or right to turn, tap the screen to use an item. It's all pretty intuitive, even if it'll take some time getting used to after most of us have spent years playing Mario Kart with a controller.
Absolutely. I was more of an N64 guy. What were you, Double Dash?
Just the micro Game Boy Advance.
You sad child. Then to get to your first driver, you pull on a warp pipe, which then shoots out some random driver. Sounds fun.
This feels a little gotcha-ish.
That's because it is, right, Zach?
Yeah, see, then after picking the default kart and glider, you're ready to race. Just pick from 50 cc's, 100 cc's, or nope, I forgot how numbers work. Yeah, then
or 2 cc's.
Yeah.
These extra numerals really throw me off. 50 cc's, 100 cc's, or 150 cc's.
But then also you go on to 200 cc's. You left one out.
Oh, no. So you're wrong, that's the catch.
Oh.
That's gonna be $5 a month.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said $5 a month. You mean $5 one time?
Yes, $5 one time each month.
And all 12?
Statistically, it might be 12 in 1 year, yes.
Yes, the game has locked its fastest mode behind a subscription service.
Fantastic.
It's called the Gold Pass, and it bills itself as letting players get more in-game rewards. Cool!
That's what I like, more toys. So that includes gold gifts by racing in tours, along with special badges if you complete gold challenges. Oh, and of course that mode that's completely locked out, 200cc.
And on top of that, there's also a premium currency that you can use to get even more drivers, carts, and items. I love it. I love spending money on things I don't actually get.
Yeah, they're actually called rubies, and a pack of them will cost you, how much do they cost, Zach? I don't want to read prices, this is sad.
Yeah, a pack of 135 of them is gonna set you back almost $70.
That's totally out of touch with the actual ruby market.
You use rubies to fire the warp pipe. It's 5 rubies per pull or 10 fires for 45 rubies. I mean, at those prices, that's a steal.
I think so.
What
yeah.
a deal.
Hey,
The deal steal.
get them now while they're hot. But also there's more to talk about. The game also sells something called sets, which looks like bundles that include a driver currency and something called star tickets.
Star tickets.
Here's my star ticket. I'd like to go to the moon.
I'd like to meet Katy Perry. 1 star ticket, please.
She's
Cease and desist.
gonna marry Orlando Bloom. They're currently selling a New York set that includes the Mario driver for $20. So in order to race as Mario in this game, which is called Mario Kart, it'll cost you $20.
That is unless Mario is also a random driver that you can unlock through the gacha pools. Either way, they've made it overly complicated and expensive to get the character from the game, whose name is on the box. Well, I guess there is no box.
I would love it if you could buy a box for $300. Oh wait, and there's no multiplayer yet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that'll come in a few days.
Oh my god, well, cool. Another heavily monetized mobile game, and from Nintendo, the ones who allegedly tried to resist going down this road.
Nintendo wouldn't hurt me, a fan that's kept them in business for so long. How they wouldn't do this to me?
They've gone a long way from being the good guy, big brother, to just cut that part. That was bad.
Or just put a long beep over it.
So this news just came out. We're not really sure how the masses are reacting to this. Zach, everyone's okay with this, right? They're pretty happy, maybe?
Oh yeah,
perhaps?
everyone's golden right now.
Excellent.
Yeah, as you might imagine, people are not happy at all. There's already multiple Reddit threads blasting the game for having a subscription service on top of microtransactions. And a post that got more than 1,000 upvotes, Reddit user The True Proxy called the game classic gotcha and insanely greedy, writing that this is honestly hilariously bad, and Nintendo saw the money they were making with Pokemon Masters and Fire Emblem and decided to see how far they could take it. Not having multiplayer is actually crazy, which it is. It's Mario Kart. That's insane.
Yeah, that was a pretty rational take on it. I was expecting more of like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. The whole thing is a big about face for Nintendo.
I love Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Hello, welcome to Nintendo.
The classic biblical figure.
I told you guys, my uncle works for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Really, it's a chemical supplier. The whole thing is a big about face for Nintendo, which initially tried to approach mobile gaming very differently.
Right, you might remember its very first mobile game, Super Mario Run, even had a business model that was completely different. You pay $10 or so upfront and you get the whole game. That was it.
You get to play as Mario.
What a concept.
But sadly, Super Mario Run didn't make a lot of money. In the first quarter of this year, it accounted for just 3% of Nintendo's overall mobile revenue, grossing $2.3 million.
Meanwhile, Fire Emblem Heroes, which is full of gacha goodness, made more than $46 million in the quarter.
Right, so it's clear that microtransactions are where the money's at, and the people have spoken with their wallets with what they want. Sad.
Or with Apple Pay, a virtual wallet.
Meanwhile, Nintendo's other new mobile game, Dr. Mario World, a game where Mario is in the game, you don't have to pay for him, was released earlier this year in the summer and has struggled out of the gate.
It actually performed well against other puzzle-type games, but very poorly against other Nintendo IP and their first months.
Yeah, how much money did it make, Zach?
Yeah, it only made 100. Oh my god,
It only made 100 billion.
It only made 1.4 million in its first month compared to the more than 20. Yeah, it only made 1.4 million in its first month compared to the more than 26 million for Dragalia Lost, more than 30 million for Super Mario Run, and more than 67 million for Fire Emblem Heroes.
Good lord, think of the rubies you could buy.
All the rubies just sitting there, waiting to be touched. So maybe people are tired of the gacha mechanics, or maybe they didn't like the way Dr. Mario played. I don't know.
certainly didn't.
I wasn't a fan of it. I tried playing it for a little bit, and I didn't really see a reason to keep playing it.
It definitely had a different control scheme than the classic Dr. Mario, and so does Mario Kart Tour, which could be a bad sign.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Nintendo has tried to look like the good guy in all of this. Earlier this year, the company said that it's going to tone down microtransactions in its games.
Yeah, the Wall Street Journal reported that Nintendo sees the games as ways to promote its brands and characters and doesn't want to be criticized for being greedy.
I mean, no one here wants to be criticized for being greedy,
Heavens, no!
but we all are. As Mario Kart Tour has shown, though, Nintendo isn't willing to give up microtransactions despite all that high-minded rhetoric.
And this looks like the most aggressively monetized game that Nintendo has been a part of.
Also, another interesting point, $5 a month is the price that Apple's charging for its new game subscription service, Apple Arcade, and you get a whole bunch of games for that, not just the ability to watch your little cart go faster.
And those games are good.
I've heard good things.
Those games were some of them are really good.
Yeah, I might go buy an iPad.
Grindstone's worth it. And What the Golf? Oh.
I bought a book.
Yeah, it seems like Nintendo might have overstepped this time.
You think?
You know what, in my professional opinion, and Brian, who wrote the script, yes.
How are you supposed to know where the line is if you don't cross it every once in a while?
Exactly, like Yosemite Sam running off a cliff.
Or just popping a thumb in there and saying, is that okay?
With Yosemite. He
anyway.
says, Tarnation! Yes, it is!
So Mario Kart is one of its all-time best-selling franchises. It was the best-selling game on the Switch, the Wii U, and the Wii if you forget about Wii Sports.
It's the same story on the 3DS. Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS sold more than 18 million copies, making it the top-selling game on that platform, ahead of both Pokemon X and Y and Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Good names for future hippie children.
Pokemon?
So yeah, you might not think of Mario Kart as being the best-selling Nintendo franchise, but kind of is.
Zach, how do investors feel about it?
Yeah, they're orgasmic right now about Mario Kart Tour. They've estimated that it could earn as much as $1 billion, and to put that in perspective, Nintendo made $9 billion in revenue in 2017. So that's a decent chunk of that pie.
Whatever we can do to help the rich get richer, I'm all for. Let's help these poor, rich people in suits. They need.
Yeah, and that's the
They
promise.
need it.
If that's not the promise of capitalism, I don't know what is.
Rest in peace, David Cook. That's the one that died, right?
Pound those rocks together until they make gas. And then he did. And then it poisoned the water.
I want earthquakes in places where there weren't earthquakes.
Shake things up a little.
So yeah, going back to the whole investor talk, given the subscription service, it's pretty clear how Nintendo plans to make all those beautiful billions of dollars.
The question is, will gamers revolt over this? Because they clearly weren't impressed with Dr. Mario.
Then again, Dr. Mario isn't nearly the franchise that Mario Kart is, as we talked about before. It is huge.
We'll see what happens, but as of right now, it seems like Nintendo is trying to monetize one of its most loved franchises for all it's worth.
Ad copy.
Short.
Manscaped.
I'm just reading the script. Support for Inside Gaming comes from Manscaped, who is #1 in men's below-the-belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Oh, I hear it now, it's a rhyme. Have you ever tried to groom your nether regions and ended up with a manscaping disaster? Talking band-aids, salves, cooling creams, the works. Once as a young lad, I tried to shave mine with a regular razor, and it ended up being a bumpy, painful mess. So sit with that for a second. But now there's Manscaped. They've redesigned the electric trimmer. Their Lawnmower 2.0 has proprietary skin-safe technology, so this trimmer won't nick or snag your nuts. Manscaping accidents are finally a thing of the past, and don't use the same trimmer on your face as you're using on your balls, that's just nasty. Manscaped also has the Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. You already put deodorant on your armpits, why are you not putting deodorant on the smelliest part of your body? The ball. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code INSIDE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code INSIDE. But it's for the outside. of you.
Squeaky clean Nintendo has started its long slide into evil.
No! Lawrence, why?
The same sickness that has plagued all of video games for years now. Microtransactions.
Why would you do this to me?